Check. So this is camera's hot, mics are hot, and we are back with another one. This is episode 225 of the No Hangover podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate, follow across all platforms. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts. Check us out on our socials on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast and on TikTok at No_Hangover. Comment on the reels, like the stuff. Let me know where I can improve. Let me know what you like. Any feedback is good feedback, so it would be greatly appreciated. Back with another one. Got the boy Nate in the house from What We're All Thinking podcast. What's good, brother? How you doing? We back, cooking it up. People seem to like our content and the duo of No Hangover, What We're All Thinking. So
for sure,
we're back with another one. Got a lot of good music that came out this past weekend. Two big albums, the Clipse and Jack Boys with their, what's it called? Their label album. Damn, I couldn't think of what that was called. So Jack Boys 2 came out, and then we got Let God Sort 'Em Out by the Clipse, Pusha T and Malice, Pharrell produced. I mean, in honorable mentions too, Larry June dropped his Until Night Comes. And, I know it was last week, but Drake with What Did I Miss dropped too. So, I mean, these past couple weeks, and we can't even forget the Biebs. Jay Biebs dropped an album too. So if you're a music lover, if you like music, then it's been a good couple weekends, more specifically rap, hip hop. There's been a lot of dropping and dissing and talking shit and all that. So,
for sure.
What are your thoughts? This I know it's a lot to unpack, but let's start with you and because I know you had some good opinions on this Clipse album and Pusha T and all that I thought were pretty interesting.
Before I get into my hot takes, because this is gonna be one of them ones for sure.
He came with the beanie on, it's business.
Yeah. Shout out my boy Trey Truth, man. You got that black beanie.
Hoodie zipped up, what's good.
Yeah, you know what time it is. I want to give my boy flowers like I always do. Shout out to Eric. He's been doing amazing. He been putting out the work, so I know y'all been seeing it, man. So get this man his flowers right now, because he about to go up. I've been seeing him working. I've been waiting to hear that intro live in a minute. It's been a while. And, when me and him sat down and recorded our episode a while ago, it was just started something new. Because if you go back and watch the episode we did here and to now how far we both came, it's just good to see my boy just keep on working. So before we get into talking about the music and stuff, I just wanted to do that for him. So I'm proud of him, man, how far he came, how he persevered, how he turn on that camera every week and he give y'all some hot content. So give my boy his flowers and his just due.
I appreciate it, though. We working. This is just the beginning. Y'all better catch me while I'm still on the ground, because once this shit takes off, I'm gonna be untouchable.
I like, we in the villain stage right now. So now let's talk about the music. Like you said, it's been a great, time for music, whether it's hip hop, pop, rock, whatever. It's been a good time because I went to the Big Time Rush concert. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
I had a good time. I ain't gonna lie, I did.
12-year-old Nate was over here having the time of his life.
9-year-old Nate. Because that's when they came out, when I was 9 years old. So I was like, damn, that little kid in me, just that it came out. So I enjoyed that part of it.
Which I will say about you, that like you fuck with what you fuck with, and you don't really give a fuck what anybody else thinks, which I appreciate, because I'm the same way. Like, there's certain artists that kind of seem like guilty pleasures, but I'm like, fuck it. And good shit is good.
It's just to see how they had control of like everybody. It was like everybody was there enjoying the time, having fun, and it just made me just realize like I am who I am, and I've always been like that, and I can't be scared to say what I say, and then just to enjoy it, because at the end of the day, people liking my story because they scared to do what I do or enjoy the music I enjoy. So I just enjoy being me. Like, it's fun, And the tickets was only $30, so
that ain't shit.
You can't beat
probably
that.
Pay more for gas to get there than
exactly.
For tickets,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, music just in general just been good. Like, it's good to see Justin Bieber, put out music, because if you was around when Justin Bieber had his run, Justin Bieber was that dude for sure. Drake. he's on a run. I'm excited to see, because when Drake gets like this and he get in his bag and he's in that corner, he comes out with some fire. So we're gonna see where that takes. The song went viral on TikTok, so that's good to see. Now with this Clipse album, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be as real as possible, because this is my opinion. I'm gonna say how I feel, because at the end of the day, I love every artist to a certain extent, and my issue with the Clipse is Mr. Pusha T.
Here we go.
I feel like he just the old hating ass person, because it's like every time he about to go on a promo run, he always finds his way to like talk down on people, like, and like if I'm having a conversation with somebody behind closed doors, I don't expect for that to resurface. And you coming after Mr. Travis Scott and telling him how he was crying to you, maybe he looked at you as a brother at that moment, and you using that as ammo.
Aired that shit out.
Yeah, like that's green. And then you talking down on the music scene like as if you are the person that's running it. Them guys is running it right now. The Futures of the world, the Travis Scotts, the Playboy Cardis, the even Young Thug. I seen Young Thug these past couple weeks. So it's just seeing those things. It's just like, get them boys their flowers and get out the way. Like I don't know why, like, cause even Joey Badass, like I was telling you, like, yeah, they trying to diss the artists that are doing what they supposed to do, just get in the mix and try to get in without dissing. I know it's part of the game, but it just hurts me to see, like, and I don't never try to make it a black power thing. I always be like, why another man got to tear down another man? Yeah. Why we can't just let them do their thing and keep it moving? And I understand, because before I talk about anybody, I do my research. I understand why Pusha T was mad. He felt like, you know, Travis Scott played in his face, because they was in Paris. Travis Scott played the song without Drake on it. And then he posted the song and Drake was on it. It was like, why would you do that? But at the end of the day, people gonna do what they want to do. Yeah. At the end of the day, essentially. So it's just like, I don't like that. Just keep it to a minimum. He do what he do. He gonna do what he do. He's Travis Scott, and he can do whatever he want to do.
Yeah, he's at that level. I mean, it goes back to my favorite quote: "People aren't against you; they're for themselves." And I feel like, especially in music, like, which I feel like in most other genres of music, like, it's pretty well accepted and okay, as far as like just the collaborative effort and working together and shit like that. But with rap and hip hop, there's always been that, you know, certain level of like, well, if you're not writing it, if you're not doing it, then you're losing the authenticity, you losing the credit and all this other shit, which I get to an extent, but like rap is at a point where it's not what it was, you know, 20, 30 years ago. Like, it is very mainstream, and those type of things, like, it's all collaborative. People are writing for people, working for people, getting production done by other people. Like, that's just the nature of the game. So like that whole, because I think part of the reason that Pusha T was a distant Travis Scott too is that he's just friendly with everybody and working with everybody and doing all this other shit. But it's like, well, isn't that the fucking point?
Facts.
Like I fuck with Pusha T, and I think, as far as like just from a pure standpoint of just bars and lyrics and what a pure like hip hop head would want, like Pusha T definitely fits that mold. But I think at a certain point you have to be able to bridge the gap between the old and the new, and like find the middle ground where, you know, things are just okay and this is acceptable now, and like you don't have to go fucking hating on people or doing this on a press run to get more eyes on your album or for whatever reason. Maybe he just really did want to get this shit off his chest, and he ain't really somebody that does interviews a lot and all this other shit, and this is just the time that he talks, so he got it off his chest. But I mean, even then, because he was saying that like he don't even really fuck with Kanye outside of the music tip, but he was inheriting the beef with Drake and coming to his defense when Drake and when Kanye was beefing with Drake, you know, however many times they've done it. But he comes and like takes the, you know, inherited that beef from Kanye, and then comes down and says that, well, I don't really fuck with Kanye outside of music. So it's kind of like, you know, if you're going to be with the authenticity and the realness and the credibility and all that shit, like through and through, like you got to be that shit. You can't just like move the goalpost for what it seems good for you and all that other shit. All that being said, I think the Let God Sort It Out, their album that they just dropped was fucking a fucking great album, and I didn't expect anything less, but
right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not taking the fact that he's a great artist, because like I told you before, just listening to what he does, he's good at what he does. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to bash him as an artist. I'm separating the art from what he said. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The music is great. Everything about the project, like I said, I love. He always picks good beats. Ever since, the Drake beef, it kind of put me on him more, because, I didn't know nothing about Pusha T until that came. And then when I actually sat there and listened to him, and the song Infrared by him, it sticks out to me the most, because you could tell how calculated, how strategic, how smart he is when it comes to music. Even though it's about beefing, he still made his decision to be like, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to go about it. And like I said, with them two coming back outside, it's like, okay, I understand, but I don't want them to base their, comeback story on beefs or, stuff like that. Just keep it strictly music, appeal to your fans, do what you need to do, because that's all the three guys I mentioned before. And I've watched them perform, all three of them, Future, Travis Scott, Playboi Carti, and they all have fans that are diehard fans about them. Yeah. And I really enjoy that about them, because they all about their fans. And to piggyback off what you said about Kanye gonna be Kanye, bro. Like, Kanye gonna jump in anything. He gonna say his opinion. Yeah. And that's why I don't really speak on Kanye too much, because he might find you and he might, try to ruin you. Because, he got into it with Playboi Carti at one point, and he was beefing with him because Carti said something about him wanting to get his daughter on the song. And it was just like...
Well, I thought it was because he didn't have him on his last album.
It was so many different things. Yeah. He wasn't on I Am Music. He didn't get the credit. Then when Kim Kardashian posted the song on his story, he reposted it, said, let me get her vocals for a song. So it's just so many things. And like I said, Kanye wasn't wrong for how he felt. Yeah. I think he felt pretty much great. I mean, whatever he said, I felt it at the end of the day. But also, it's like, Kanye is going to be Kanye. So Pusha T and everybody in the industry should know Kanye going to do what Kanye going to do, essentially. So
yeah. I mean, I guess that's just kind of comes with the territory, and that's just part of the game with them, as far as, just beefing and people throwing out subliminals. And I mean, I guess in Pusha T's case, it wasn't subliminal at all. It was very evident that he was taking shots at Travis Scott. But then Travis Scott on the Jack Boys tape came back and had a little bar for him, which I get it.
I want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
I get responding, and I get that, but I feel like in this case, I would have just preferred Travis Scott not say anything at all and just leave it straightly music, because for as much as I fuck with Travis Scott, that is so far out of his realm. He is not a fucking...
You don't know that.
Bro, I love Travis Scott. He does not got bars for Pusha T. He does not... Zero chance that if they actually were to start beefing and start putting out diss tracks, Pusha T would fucking pick his ass apart, and that shit would not be fucking close.
Oh, here go Eric with the hot takes.
And I fuck with Travis Scott. I think overall as an artist, I think Travis Scott is better. But if we're talking strictly bars and strictly beefing, I mean, shit, Pusha T, he got one up on Drake.
One.
That's all he needed. He had the ultimate kill shot. He had that shit loaded. The cover of Drake in blackface. He had fucking "You're Hiding a Child," like call him a deadbeat dad and all this other shit. Like, again, Travis Scott don't have bars like that. He does not rap well enough to where he could start putting out diss tracks, and I don't think he really has ammo on Pusha T like that, if I'm being honest.
It's not even about him. It's just about the cult fan base he has that attack Pusha T, if anything.
For sure.
It's just like I always tell you, and you learn this the hard way. You don't mess with the Beehive. You don't mess with the YBs, the Young Boy fans. You don't mess with Cardi fans. You don't mess with Travis Scott fans, and you don't mess with Future. You see, yesterday I almost got chewed out by Trey about Future. I ain't,
for real. He was like, "What the fuck do you say about Future?" Like, I fuck with him.
So it's like, it's just certain things you can't play with them. So it's like, even Kodak too. Kodak got, like, when a lot of people come at Kodak, they don't realize Kodak got fan love for real. You know what I'm saying? So those big fan bases, you don't want to mess with them at all. It don't matter what they do. And also Nicki Minaj group. Because I did a
Nicki
video.
Minaj though, like I think she is the greatest female rapper of all time.
For sure.
I don't really think it's close at this point.
I definitely agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, she does the numbers. She has the bars. She could. I mean, she's had beefs with other artists, female artists, and she comes up on top. So like, I don't really think it's that close in that sense. But
for sure,
I mean, again, like just with the Travis Scott shit, I just don't think that's really his lane. I think he
don't need to. He did exactly what he needed to. Just do a little sprinkle, but that's what you need. Because I feel like, me personally, Travis Scott been in a lot of situations where people said something to me and say nothing, but I feel like they just bullying him at this point because of decisions he made. And I feel like he's more passive aggressive, and he took the Cardi approach. Kanye was saying, "Oh, this is about Cardi," and Cardi was just like, "Bruh, shut the fuck up. Like, just be quiet. I don't care." Yeah. And left it at that. So even if I would say Pusha T would come back and say something, Travis Scott already said what he said and moved forward.
Yeah.
Because even after the whole thing with the concert, when all them people passed away and stuff like that, Travis said one thing, left it at that, and kept it moving. That's all you got to do sometimes. Because if you know yourself as a person and you got that character, I think you don't need to explain too much.
Plus, yes, but I also don't think that like this generation of rappers are like very too much into like the diss tracks and all that other shit. I feel like that's definitely more like mine and like past generations. I feel like this new age, they don't really they beef and like they talk shit, but they're not like putting out diss tracks as much and like doing shit like that. They're more beefing over social media and shit like that. I mean, great example, your boy Ken Carson and my boy Don Toliver. I don't see them putting out tracks or putting out like little subliminals or putting out little bars like that. But
to me, it's already dead because Travis Scott and Playboy Cardi probably already had those conversations with them boys, and you know,
it's like, hey, you play nice like, now.
Yeah, let it go. But I just feel like with that situation, because I was there when he said it, but I didn't hear what he said because it's so loud.
Yeah.
So it's just like I said, like even for me, like I've been a part of so much of history, going to these festivals and then going back and be like, damn, I was there to actually witness this shit. And when I actually heard what he said, I was just like, damn. I feel like Don Toliver, me personally, he should never have said nothing, because at the end of the day, you here to get your bag and you working with one of his biggest ops. You working with one of his biggest ops, so of course you guilty by association. It's just like, if somebody don't like me and they see you hanging around me, they gonna be like, oh, you mess with me. I can't mess with you because I don't mess with him. You get what I'm saying? And for Ken Carson, I just feel like, and it's gonna be hard for me to say this because you know everybody know how much I love Ken. Like, that's one of my favorite artists right now. He acting like a spoiled brat. You know I gotta keep it real. That's my boy. But you know he's the Prince of Opium. So it's like, whatever he says, people are gonna step behind him. Like I said, I did my research on everything that we're talking about, and it's like, you know, Travis Scott is close with Playboy Cardi. You can have that conversation with him, or you could just leave it alone, because a couple days later, you was on stage with Travis Scott, Playboy Cardi, in Cali doing Fiend. So it's like, y'all are in the same conglomerate. Yeah. So you have to see that person. Eventually, you are essentially working with his boss. Yeah. So in Don Toliver's stage, it's like, oh, my baby mama got more money than you. It's like, wow.
She ain't lying.
But that's true. But what you got to say that for? She ain't got nothing to do with it. You dragging other people into something that ain't got nothing to do with it. And Ken Carson, like, it's just too much catty games. But that just comes with the territory of being artist. Because when he said it, I'm like, what he said? And then when I got the back and played it, I'm like, oh, this week said this what he's talking about. Because, you know, the beef between Ken Carson and Yeet run long. So it's like,
I didn't even know they were beefing like that.
I mean, you got to be tapped in with the scene to understand. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, even their beef, from what people are saying, because it's all speculation, nobody has yet to come out and say, this is what it is. It's like little things that happen, because Homicide Gang, which is another part of Opium, jumped one of the Yeet homeboys on stage in New York.
Damn.
So it runs from there. So it's like,
you ain't even safe on stage.
So it's like, it happens like that. Because even with when X was still alive, he got knocked down on stage. So it's all about how serious. Like I always tell people, the Atlanta artists, athletes, they don't play. Once they say something, that's what it is. Like, everybody was talking about Anthony Edwards and this, Anthony Edwards is living like that. A lot of people are living like that. Like when they say what they mean what they say.
Yeah.
So if they don't like you, just like it goes back to, I don't know if you heard about this with Benji Blue. He's one of Playboi Carti's biggest ops. He was supposed to perform in Rolling Loud Cali, but somebody said Carti made a phone call to Tyreek and was like, hey, I don't want him performing at all. So it's like, where we going with this? So to piggyback off that, it's just like everybody, it's petty at the end of the day, and we just need to move forward with it. And I think it's over. That's why I didn't make a video on it, because I was gonna make a video talking about it, but I think it's over essentially. But we don't know.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like it was anything. Now it just seemed like a little, some words exchanged and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like the rap beefs are nowadays. Was kind of what my point of it is. It's just like just sending subliminals on Twitter, on Instagram or whatever, posting on your story, and then that's about it. Like we don't really get when you see the rap beefs in the diss tracks, it's more of the OGs in the game, the people that kind of came up in that time of diss tracks and shit like that. Obviously, Drake, Kendrick, Drake, Pusha T. I mean, Jay-Z, Nas. I mean, you can go down the list of people, but fucking 50 Cent and Ja Rule. I mean, you keep on going, but that seems like to be a more of that kind of from that time and not so much now. I mean, I think I prefer. I don't know if I prefer it. I just feel like music is like such a collaborative thing. I just don't get I don't get why people beefing so much over something that is like was made to be a collaborative effort anyways. And I get it, like you're creating something. It's creative differences, and this person's stealing this shit, like ASAP Rocky and fucking Tyler Creator. When they first were coming up, they were beefing because how ASAP Rocky uses like the deep voice, and his Tyler Creator was doing the same thing when they were coming up, and they thought they were stealing each other's shit.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it turns out they fuck with each other, and now look at them, they're fucking best friends and all that other shit. So it's like, I think people get too caught up in the trying to be the first to do something or being too original and shit like that, or someone's stealing my shit, when it's like,
or you work with somebody I want to work with, because essentially I feel like opium is bullying a lot of people right now. Like the opium conglomerate is beefing because, like we was talking about yesterday, Playboi Carti suing Tyler the Creator, and that's something that he touched on in Jack Boys too. So it's like everybody's everybody's trying to money grab at this point. Or if you doing something unlawful in the game, like we can't mess with you.
Tyler the Creator had a verse on Pusha T on the Clipse album, and I'm pretty sure he kind of addressed that suing, Playboi Carti suing him and all that shit, which I don't think that's a good move for Playboi Carti.
Why you say that?
I just think Tyler the Creator is a better artist overall,
for sure,
and he's got better bars, so he can take it in the direction of just doing like off music and like just doing it the legal route, and he's got the funds, he's got the money, he's a bigger artist than Playboi Carti as far as, I think, maybe not popularity wise, but as far as like revenue and what he's doing and the type of influence that he has. But then if he wants to, he can also do it on the music tip too. Like he produces, he raps, he does all this other shit. So I don't know exactly what he's suing him over or what the details are of it, but it just doesn't seem like a good move overall.
I think what I was told or what I seen on, he's put out a cease and desist. A cease and desist is basically like take that shit down or don't do that or whatever the case may be. I asked my co-pilot what that was. But so he basically.
But for what though? Like, was it a song specifically?
Yeah, it was a song that's on the vinyl. That's on the vinyl of Cornucopia. There's a song with Cardi on there that he gave him a while ago. Yeah. I guess, I learned this dealing with my SOB peoples.
Yeah.
It's certain times where they don't want certain songs to come out no more because they just don't sound like that no more. So it's probably a song where Cardi doesn't sound like himself, because if you think about it, when me and you did the album review for More Chaos, and that Off the Meter song came, that's not Kid and Destrolon, that's not even how they sound anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like Cardi probably heard it and was like, bro, I don't even sound like this no more. I don't even want this out.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I mean, if you gave it to him when you gave it to him, like if we're talking like getting more like technical, like that's his, he owns the rights to it now, so like it's his. So I don't know, like get over it. Like,
you can't tell.
like, get the fuck over it and move on. Like, yeah, that maybe that doesn't sound like you now, but at a point that was you.
Right.
So like, what is he gonna do if he recycles that shit? It's not like I just don't see how it will hurt or set anything back in the sense, especially again, like when you're getting it in the hands of someone who is as like creative and into their music, like a Tyler the Creator or like a Kanye or like a who somebody who's on that producer side as well, that knows how to use people's vocals as an instrument and shit like that. I don't see how that could be how that would be a big issue. But again, like I feel like once you get to that point and get to that level, like things just start becoming petty and things start becoming like little tick for tack shit and
absolutely
and then we get people suing people, which again, I'm been pretty open on saying that I'm not really the biggest Playboi Carti fan, and I do think his best work is when he is working with a top producer and they know how to use his voice in the right way.
Right. That also good because I want to touch on this with you too, because a lot of people are speaking on basically Young Thug and how he didn't drop his project, how he's probably scared. And they say he keeps dissing Gunna, and Gunna hasn't really said anything to
that
him.
Is pretty. I do think that is like impressive on Gunna's part. How he's been like, he don't really say much. He keeps it strictly music too. Like he don't really be like addressing shit out in the media like that. Like most of his shit is music, and it's worked for him.
And it sounds great.
Yeah, and like say what you want about him, but like he does make good music. Like that shit is like he's got his own lane and he's got his own sound, and he knows what he's going for. So like, I don't know, like I don't know why Young Thug keeps on trying to like poke at it. If everybody thinks he's a rat anyways, like obviously their relationship is dead at this point. Like why keep on poking at it? I guess is what I'm trying to figure out. I think if Gunna was the one that essentially ratted you out, then why does the one that, and he got, obviously Young Thug got off, he's out, he's free, he's doing his thing, so like why keep on like poking a dead horse?
I think it's because it came from him and he didn't expect for him to have this success. A lot of people wasn't expecting for Gunna to have the success that he has. And people make fun of him or whatever.
Like in general, or just like after
the whole situation, because essentially when somebody rap, because I never really talked about it. So essentially when, because I know people that's in the streets, and the street code is like you don't tell, no matter if they give you life.
Well, that's what they fucking Bobby Shmurda did. He came home like a fucking hero because he just did the time and that was it. So
now think about it, right? Bobby Shmurda is not doing so well.
Yeah, he ain't doing shit.
And Gunna is.
Well, I think the difference with that is that I think Bobby Shmurda at that time, like I didn't think he was gonna do much more than the fucking Hot Boy shit, and like I think that was his peak, and then he just happened to go into jail at his peak. So then when he came out, like it kind of left that, well, what if he never came out of jail?
Songs, though.
I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I didn't think it was going to be anything like long lasting. Like, I didn't think he was going to make a career out of being a rapper. You know what I mean? Like I think it was going to be more like personality stuff, and he was going to be in the mix and shit like that. And obviously the jail stuff, he stayed strong, stayed 10 toes and didn't rat. So that definitely, I think that boosted his celebrity and kind of like his aura a little bit. But like, who was really like, I can't wait for Bobby Shmurda to drop his album. Like, I can't wait till he comes out so I can hear a new Bobby Shmurda song. Like, I can't think of too many people who were saying that. But on Gunna's come up, like, people were like, oh damn, like this shit's hot. Like he's like, it's something a little different. Like he's got his own sound.
Skips.
And then you kind of, you have that artistry part of it and the rapper side of it and all that shit, and then so he had that to fall back on.
Right.
Even if say what you want about him again, like whether he broke street code or whatever the fuck, like he was still making good music.
Facts. But I feel like he touched on it in the music, because if you think about it, he talked about a lot of different stuff. Especially on, what's the song called? He said, you talking about I'm a rap, but you in business with a rap. He was basically like speaking on little things. I can't remember the song right now. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, go ahead, look it up.
He was, what's the name of the song? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Sorry. I should be more prepared, because I listen to Gunna all the time. It was on A Gift and a Curse. It's called, not Back at It. What is it called? Bread and Butter. going online when it's about that bread and butter. He was basically talking about everything, and he basically was telling people like, ask Thug, like he got finessed. You know the criminal system.
Yeah.
They get you to do stuff not knowing.
Yeah.
You don't know your rights. That's why I always preach people need to learn their rights. So
or just don't fucking talk if you don't know shit. Just don't say it. Stay fucking quiet until you figure that shit out.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, he knew what he was signing up for when he got into Young Thug, and then Young Thug being somebody who took him on his wing, they should, you know, I'm always about conversation, because if I got a problem with Eric, I'm gonna call Eric, be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Or I would, you know, as a person that you know me, hey Nate, what's going on? Why this, that, and the third? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can have that conversation. We can squash it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Obviously, we do podcasting, so conversation is fucking key in that.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I think, I mean, obviously, it gets a little deeper when you involve a RICO case and shit like that. So, I mean, you know, you can only talk so much and conversate so much, and then, you know, while the trial is going on, now that it's over and everything's done, punishment has been handed out and all this shit. You know, maybe it would be easier for them to, you know, sit down and try and hash it out.
No,
but
it's over.
one, I've never been involved in a RICO case. Two, I've never been involved in anything so deep with somebody that, like, you know, they helped me come up and make millions and set myself up and all that other shit. And now I'm being labeled as ratting you out. So, like, you know, easier said than done. But I tend to agree with you. It's like, bro, just fucking talk this shit out. I'm sure it can't be that fucking deep. Like, we all know what we were doing. Like, we all know what we were getting ourselves into. Like,
right.
I mean, I feel like that's part of it. Is like, you know, you kind of have to know what you're signing up for. And obviously there's things that, you know, come up that you might, you know, read over something or, you know, put your trust into somebody in hopes that they have your best interest and they might fucking fuck you over. You know, there's things like that. But, like, I feel like generally speaking, you know, as an adult, as a grown person, you kind of need to know what you're getting yourself into. And then,
correct. Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like Atlanta's pretty connected in the way that they, you know, bring their artists up and shit like that. So it's not like, I can't imagine that Gunna was so left in the dark that he didn't know that, you know, what was going on with YSL and all that other shit, and why they were getting charged and all this other shit. I mean, so, you know.
And I think it goes back to knowing, like, who you around for real, like, or knowing the person you're dealing with. Like, a lot of people know, like, Nate not in the streets, keep me out of that shit. Yeah. So Gunna in his case, he should have known, like, hey bro, whatever you do it. I'm not gonna be a part of it. I feel like it goes back to ego. Like, everybody don't want to have that ego or be transparent to where it's like, okay, this is what I'm on, this is what I do, and I'm gonna keep it moving. So we're gonna leave it at that.
Shit, man. Yeah, that whole.
Yeah, it's just you gotta shake your head. Sometimes.
All these fucking, just people in general are fucking too much. Get over yourselves a little bit. But let's get back to you. You have a favorite track on the Clipse album?
Let me see. I looked at a couple of them. I was, you know, guys. I kind of had to get over looking at Pusha T because he just made me mad. But. Shout out to Pharrell, man. I want to give Pharrell his flowers because a lot of people don't give Pharrell his flowers and talk about how creative and how smart he is, bro. Like, him doing what he's doing and how people respect him in a way. I just feel like this album wouldn't be what it is without him.
Well, I think people also don't understand, like, the type of, like, the influence that he's had in music as a whole, especially, like, you know, coming up, you know, when he was with Neptunes, how many albums he's produced, how many, you know, how, you know, the credits that he has on a lot of hit songs. Like, I think it was like from like 02 to like 06 or something like that. Like, he was on like 70 something percent of like songs that charted on the Billboard 100. Like, he had influence or like had some type of credit, whether it's producing or vocals or this. So it's like, I feel like people don't really understand, like, how influential and how much impacts he's really had, not just on rap, but just in music in general.
Right.
And I mean, to me, he's one of my favorite producers. I mean, it's really him, Kanye. I'm a big Travis Scott fan. I'm a big fucking Q-Tip, Tribe Called Quest fan. K Tronada, he's a little bit more new. He's DJ producer type shit, but, like, you know, I'm big on the production and, like, you know, it takes a lot more, and, like, no disrespect to the artists and the rappers and shit like that, but, you know, the time that it takes to engineer and mix and get everything right on the beat and all this other shit and making sure everything sounds right. I mean, a lot of fucking time and work goes into it, and I feel like people don't oversee. They just see the finished product, and they just hear the vocals on, oh, they're the frontman, they're the star, and all this other shit, and kind of forget that the producers are the backbones of all this shit.
For sure. And to answer your question, the first three were good in my opinion. Because they were very like, you know, feature heavy. Yeah. And you know, the run that Kendrick been on, Kendrick has been spitting out verses like crazy and it's been working. Yeah. Tyler the Creator with his little punchline. Yeah. You know, once you hear not Travis Scott, Tyler the Creator on some shit, it's just like it's always gonna be 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
He's got bars. He can rap.
It's just like he got that grunginess about him. It's just like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, because his voice is all and all that shit.
So it just makes me enjoy it, because it's like I always look at it when I look at like the music or listening to it, and I be like, okay, I like this song. I think it'll be even better live. Yeah. So I will go watch them live just to hear the songs live, because like I said, it goes back to what you said about the production, the music. Yeah. That shit gonna sound so good on speakers.
Well, I mean, and there's beat selection too. They're coming to Orlando in August, and I might go to go watch Clipse in Orlando. But like,
what day? When they coming?
I want to say it's like towards the end of the month, but that might be overlapping with the weekend. So we'll see. But let me double check real quick. But like, you know, their beat selection is very like. It's a lot of like cinematic, like it's like orchestra type shit, like with a lot of strings and horns and trumpets and all this other shit. So I'm wondering if they would do like something like have a live orchestra like at their show or something like that, just because it is very. Let's see.
We'll see. The first three for me are good. Everything else is like you would expect that from them for sure.
Let's see. It's at the Vanguard. Oh, only $93. That ain't bad. It's the 13th of August. So right in about a month.
I might catch them boys.
Right?
I gotta pay a ticket that day, so I might not. I'm hurt right now.
Yeah, and it's all general admission, so. Yeah, shit. Maybe I'll go to that shit. Might as well. But so I was just checking out a comment. But yeah, I mean, I do like. That's why I like. You know, Pusha T obviously for his bars and the grittiness and all that shit, but I mean the beat selection is always fucking A1. One of the last song, the Let God Sort Him Out, that had Nas on there. That was a fucking hard ass.
That was good.
That shit was hard. FICO was a hard song. Fucking.
I like the titles they chose as well. I feel like it took them a while to come up with these titles, because they
Mike Tyson Blow to the Face #7. That shit was hard. MTB TDF. That shit was hard. Inglorious Bastards. I mean, listen, like I said, give me a fucking album full of instrumentals and I'll fucking love that shit. I don't even need bars, but the bars adds to it. Like, you know, and again, like, say what you want about Pusha T and the Clipse and all that shit, but he comes locked and loaded with shit and fucking bars. And
it took him long enough.
Oh, well, you know, you can't rush these things.
Here we go. You see, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, If you're gonna make us wait that long, I would rather it be something good and show that you made us wait for something, instead of just, I mean, especially nowadays, which is kind of my gripe with what's going on, but I also appreciate it. You know, the fact that, you can put out songs so rapidly and not every fucking project needs a rollout and everything. I kind of like, but then it does, some of these projects they're just ass, and it's like, damn, like maybe you should have taken a little bit more time. Maybe you should have taken like a little year or two more, like in between, instead of trying to rush to get this shit out. Like, and again, like I understand the thought process behind it, but I think there is still people, and me being one of those people, that I do enjoy, seeing somebody put out an album that you could tell, like, yeah, maybe took 2-3 years to put it out, but like, how well it's crafted, how they're curating, why they're putting songs where, and like how things flow into each other and all that other shit, and just kind of the creativeness behind it. Sometimes when you're just putting out shit at a rapid pace, yeah, you might get some shit that sticks, but like, are you really getting something that's gonna be, long lasting or something like that, or like gonna be more of a timeless song instead of just something that's for the time. Which I think there's room for both of those, but
I don't know. I think you're absolutely right because like YoungBoy about to go on tour, so he got so much music for him to sit.
I mean, he was dropping shit. It seemed like every other motherfucking day, and then he got locked up, so he wasn't able to tour any of that shit. So I'm sure it's gonna be
hard because he got so much great songs. So it's like it's a gift and a curse being able to just drop, and then like he didn't really drop no bad. Like he has some hit or miss songs, but like you said, it's just hard to like keep something that sticks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna speak on that because I don't want to piss anybody off, Ryan. I fuck with you, so I don't want to piss you off, dog. I fuck with you, dog, so I'm not gonna say nothing.
Hey, look, yeah,
but yeah, you're right.
Right, it's so funny, right? My little cousin posted something. And then there was YoungBoy drinking some lean or something like that. Somebody pouring lean in his mouth. He sent it to Ryan. And Ryan was like, you better stop talking about the goat. And I was like, oh, Lord. Man.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, we're just going to leave that where it's at. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to get beat up.
And, yeah, so the Clipse was good. What about Jack Boys? Was there a track? To me, I mean, we were talking about this a little bit before we got on. I thought Jack Boys 1 was significantly better. Well, I guess Jack Boys was significantly better than Jack Boys 2. But that Velour track, that Don Toliver track, Velour, that shit was hard. I do fuck with it, but obviously, with with Don, he don't miss.
Here we go.
He don't miss. You get him on the track and it's good.
For me, Jack Boys 2 is great. Cause I listened to the first one. I like the rollout. I like what he did. I want to start off by saying that Travis Scott is
his rollouts are always gonna be fucking
his
A1.
His rollouts was genius. Let me say what I don't like about it first.
All right.
So if we can go back when he dropped the snippet to Kick Out, right? Kick Out, that's the song. He put 21 Savage on there. Why? It was great without him. Don't get me wrong. I love 21 Savage. It was, but some songs they're good by themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big fan of long songs, so them 4-minute, 5-minute songs just wasn't doing it for me. Yeah. I was like, okay, is this over yet? So that's a couple of cons. Cons about the album itself, but everything else, I really enjoyed that he brought Sofago back. Sofago was one of the ones that I was listening to before he disappeared. Yeah. So I'm just glad he got him in that mode.
I mean, did he? I mean, I don't really follow him that much, but I didn't really see much from him, like from between Jack Boys and Jack Boys 2. Like, I know there was like a little loosies here and there, but nothing like.
Yeah, he went on a little hiatus. I don't know why. I don't know. They was talking about it because I'm more tapped into the underground scene, and Sofago was kind of running it. Yeah, because Travis got him at like his peak. Yeah. So yeah. But just bringing him back just added a nice little touch to it. So hopefully that'll, power some stuff up for him. Even though me and Don Toliver got a low key kind of beef right now. Don Toliver did his thing. I feel like you said, I Love My Bitch was a good song. I enjoyed that. Cause I'm a big Shaq West fan. Just to see the growth from Shaq West and how much Travis has been pushing him, it just goes to show when they get in the studio. I think that was amazing. And the 2 surprise features, the people we just talked about, which is Playboy Cardi, and NBA YoungBoy, just added those. I feel like YoungBoy just coming in and doing.
Yeah, he had Glorilla on there too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just adding Gorilla was like a sprinkle to it, and then adding Vibes Cartel. Yeah. That was dope. That was different. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't too fond of the Waka Flocka track. Yeah. Because
I mean, he was just doing what he was just yelling Waka Flocka on the.
I just didn't like that. I don't know. I didn't really appreciate that too much. But just adding those people, it's just good. Saw Baby's a acquired taste. You got to really get into him. Yeah. But he was okay on the project. But overall, it was to me it was solid because he's basically something a lot of people are probably realizing now. Is their rinse, repeat, and recycle each other, and like they say, they don't miss. I feel like Travis Scott been at the top of the game for a long time, and I feel like it's gonna be hard to bring him down because he's just so creative. Like when it comes to his rollouts, to the cover arts, to how he does stuff, like it's just great.
Well, I think that too, but I think also like just the fan base too, and like he's kind of transcended rap a little bit. Like he's still considered a rapper, but you know, I think just the production part of it, that he can always go back to being a producer. He can fall back on that. Like I think it's hard to when you have more than one thing going for you, like, you know, if you're an artist but you're also a songwriter or you're a producer and this, like it's a lot harder for somebody to try and get you out of the way or try and like shut you down when you'll have something else to fall back on. And Travis Scott is that. And again, like the persona, the superstar, the rock star, all that shit, like the rage, you know, everything that comes with it. I feel like it's, you know, it's too far gone to try and take somebody out. You know, the same shit that I say about Drake, you know, that
for sure. We're gonna get into that.
That people that, you know, the people that, you know, want to see him, you know, try and shoot him down and other shit, you know, most notably that we're talking about Kendrick, Pusha T, you know, guys like that. They should have done that a while ago. They waited too long to try and take his ass out, because when they did, he already transcended rap. He was a pop star. Like he was global. Like his reach, his fan base was way past rap at that point. And I think what pissed a lot of people off is that not only is he surpassing that, but he's still running the rap game on the side. It seems like Drake. Like he's doing it on his free time. Like when he's got some, you know, chill time, he's like, all right, let me, you know, get back to the rap shit and let me show y'all that why I'm still the hottest, best rapper. And I think that rubs a lot of people the wrong, especially like hip hop purists and rap purists. I feel like that rubs them the wrong way, because, you know, they want it to be more like, be about this and like be, you know, this is rap, you know, this is our thing and this, that, whatever. You know, we're not for mainstream and all that other shit, but like, here he is, like still running it, and like ain't nobody really, numbers wise, ain't nobody really challenging him.
My boy The Weeknd challenging everything Drake do.
But he's not even a rapper though.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, I got a love and hate relationship for Drake, because, you know, with Drake was somebody I was listening to when I had my little iPod. When I first started listening to music, it was Drake, Wale. Yeah, so
Wale.
Yeah, it was them two I was listening to. And Take Care was that album for me, like, okay, this is what music's supposed to sound like. And then Wale with Lotus Firebomb, Ambition.
Yeah, that shit.
You know something now, Eric. Come on.
He fucking dropped that and could never match that shit. After he dropped the Ambition, Wale was supposed to be next up, and then just he always, to me, because he always puts out a mixtape before he drops the album that kind of complements the album. His mixtapes were always better than the album.
Right. And it just like, because I don't know if you seen the clip on Instagram or TikTok when Wale seen Kai Cenat, and he was like, and then Kai was like, I don't know who that is. Everybody was pissed, but it's like, if you know, you know. And then like,
plus he don't really be putting himself out there.
Yeah, like and I was watching the interview with him and Cam Newton, and I was just like, damn, bro, like that's Wale. Like a lot of people don't know, like Wale was that dude for a while. Yeah. Like, and they run with him, Rick Ross, McMill, and it's just like
Maybach Music.
Yeah, it was just it was just a movement back then. A lot of people don't talk about it enough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like nowadays, it's just, it ain't gonna never be like how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta roll with it.
Yep. I mean, I think that was kind of like, I was talking about this the other day with what's his name, fucking Chip Beat. Shout out to you. But you know how kind of, to me, like 2000s, from 2000 to 2010, to me that was the golden age in rap. Like you had such a good mix of like still like old, you know, 90s like gritty shit, but then it was still we were moving into the era of like having superstar producers and kind of, you know, transitioning more to like pop rap and more mainstream shit. Yes. And you had a good mix of all that from like Young Jeezy and T.I., but then you had guys like fucking Neo and fucking and guys that could still, you know, get to the mainstream, but kind of, I think that was the best time for rap. And now, you know, I think it's good. I think we're in the golden age of music right now, as far as like the access that we have to music, the different genres there are, the different types of artists. Like you can get like the big artists are the fusion artists, the ones that can kind of cross over and do different genres, and you get a lot of that. But then you can also find like super niche artists that like if you really just want to hear some like real R&B, you can still find that and you can tap into that type of shit. If you want to find some more like fucking, I don't really fuck with country, but if you want to find some more folky country type shit, like there's still artists that are specific to that, indie rock bands and shit like that. So it's like the good mix of being able to get all this fusion and all this fucking mainstream shit and still be able to find people that are honed into one specific lane and holding that shit down.
No, definitely. And that's why I go back and I look at like everything, because it's like I said, I love music. I've been loving music since I could think. Music been a part of my life for forever. So these type of conversations I love having. Like that's why when we sat down the very first time, and you ever did something, and I heard your takes and stuff like that, I was like, bro, this is the perfect guy to sit down and have these conversations with, because a lot of people don't understand, like how I understand or how you understand, and just me being tapped in with the underground and you understanding the higher level, it's just a good mesh. And especially like a lot of people don't even know about Wale for real, or they don't know about A$AP Rocky or Tyler Creator and the impact they had on the game and stuff like that. So it just made me realize how strong music been forever. Yeah. Even nowadays, like even though it's hard, it's still like whatever, Yeah. So yeah, I just enjoy music for real. But my take on Jack Boys, I give it an 8 out of 10.
Oof. Man, I'm giving it like a 6-8 overall. I was not, like I said, I think they got the rollout down pat. Like they're gonna make everything look fucking like it's a fucking movie, and like they're fucking on some renegade shit, some fucking real fucking militant shit, just fucking.
You heard me with
gathering the fucking troops. But like once I started listening to it, and I've only really listened to it one time through, and then I've kind of picked out the songs that I like. So maybe if I give it, sometimes there's albums that I don't like it when I first hear, and then I'll hear it at a different time in my life at a different point, and it hits a little differently. But it did kind of it was a little underwhelming. I can't lie about that.
That's what you say you was waiting for. This was the album.
I know, and it hurts that I have to fucking do this, but listen, I gotta be honest. I can't fucking just because I like it, just fucking fluff that shit up. Just because I like Travis Scott, just because Don Toliver is one of my favorites. Like I said, Don Toliver came correct. We already know that's gonna happen. Don Toliver is gonna come correct every time, but overall, I was a little underwhelmed. I was like, all right, well, this is nice. It's nice. And that's essentially like that's exactly what I was thinking to when I was listening to driving. I'm like, yeah, this is nice. All right, cool. Then I went back to really what I've been bumping to a lot this past weekend was that Larry June album.
Oh my God, he gotta stick that in there.
Go ahead. Say what you want to say about him, but not Larry only does he fucking give you the fucking vibes, but he's spitting game and giving you fucking free game on that shit too.
Larry June is boring.
Oh.
Larry June makes me want to go to sleep. See, that's
nah, dog. You're missing out. You're missing the bigger picture.
I can't.
That fucking Until Night Comes. Go ahead, check that out. I've been posting it on my story. That shit's fucking. He just put out an album with 2 Chainz not too long ago, and I think this album's better. So
I listened to the one with him with 2 Chainz, and I was just like, B-Roll put me on. I was just like, all right, I'll listen to it.
That shit was, I fuck with Larry June, but it's also like
he
do be making the type of songs that it makes you want to get in your car late at night, fucking light something up and just vibe, cruise and shit. And see, I know you don't really be smoking like that. You don't
really. I don't. Larry June, you got it. I ain't. That's probably why you in for me.
Well, because he signed to Taylor Gang, he signed with Wiz Khalifa. They got that same vibe, that same fucking.
But I love Wiz Khalifa.
So do I, and I think he don't get enough credit either. He
for sure.
You don't get enough credit. That's one of my favorite. I think he's kind of one of the, because you got the big 3 of like Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, whatever order you want to put them in. But like after that, I feel like Wiz Khalifa, Wale, Big Sean kind of falling under them as far as like that kind of.
Big Sean, oh my God, you just said Big Sean. Let me tell you something. Big Sean saved my life so many times, bruh. What's that? Is that Hall of Fame album, bro?
That one was not good.
What?
Where like the album's all like fucking like it has different colors and
Yes.
that album was not good.
Oh my god.
The Dark Sky Paradise is his best album. He also had that one with
I agree.
with Jhené Aiko.
That was good too.
That one was good. Like a nice little 7 EP. That shit was good.
No, that
Nice little R&B vibes.
you don't understand. Like
Hall of Fame was not good.
Hall of Fame was dope, bro. Like I feel like Hall of Fame was.
What was the single on that song? Fucking
Beware.
God.
Hall of Fame. He had that gas on Hall of Fame. He had Beware. He had Mona Lisa. That MILF song was fire. And he had that song with Miguel called Ashley. Man.
Oh, I Decided too was a better album than fucking Hall of Fame
was fire.
I Decided had Bounce Back on it and
Big
fucking
Sean, I know you're gonna end up watching this one day because I'm gonna put you in the hashtag.
I got the moves. She want
Big
to move.
Sean, you the GOAT, bro. And shout out to my boy Juju Osborne. He's with Big Sean now.
I haven't listened to any of his shit, but I've been seeing his name pop up.
Juju Osborne, the GOAT. That's one of the. I'm gonna tell you, I'm so sad. Me and his episode never got put up. I'm gonna give you a quick story time on Juju Osborne. Juju Osborne, me and him recorded an episode like a while ago, like a couple years ago. The footage got deleted by accident.
Damn.
So I lost the footage. But Juju Osborne is one of my favorite artists in Orlando history. I met him at the Kia Center when we was doing a little chatty work for the Orlando Magic. We met Titus O'Neil. He's a WWE wrestler. And Juju is just all about music. And Juju can freestyle his ass off. Like, if you ever seen his stuff, like, I'm going to show you some of his stuff. Juju's on a whole nother level, for real. And I'm just happy and proud to see where he came from and what he's doing. A lot of people didn't give him his credit until now that he's working with Big Sean. And he's, like, basically damn near Big Sean's right-hand man. So, just to see them two coming together and doing something is great. But Big Sean, man. Big Sean. A
lot of people like to shit on him because he can be a little corny sometimes and shit like Big Sean.
Don't hate, bro.
I don't hate. Listen, I fuck with Big Sean.
No, I'm talking to the people. Don't hate on Big Sean. Big Sean one of
He do be catching a lot of fucking slack, but I fuck with him. I mean, you gotta, again, in that era, that kind of blog, from like 2008-ish to like 12, 13-ish, that era of like rappers coming up, like I think he's up there with them. Like, again, I think it's obviously Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole are the top three. Like, you cannot, where do you put them? I think Drake 1, Kendrick 2, J. Cole 3. But I think after that, like, you got to put guys like Wiz and Wale and Big Sean and guys like that. Mac Miller. I mean, guys like that kind of.
You just said another.
Yeah.
Name.
So I mean, you can start putting them how you want to at that point. But I think that the top three of that time is definitely solidified. And, not a lot of people are going to, because Kendrick won the beef or blah, blah, they'll put him ahead.
I don't think he just won. He just stood on business and basically took. Because I don't think there's a win or lose in that situation. Because Drake is going to do what Drake does always. Kendrick's going to do what Kendrick does always. And I seen Kendrick perform a couple months ago, and it was great.
I'm sure.
I got a lot of flack for it. But don't get me wrong, I'm Drake all the way. Drake.
I just think the one thing that people will give the nod to, and I'm talking about in the beef that they just had, that people were saying that, Drake was saying false things and what he was saying wasn't true. It's like, well, so was fucking Kendrick. None of the stuff that Kendrick said, none of it was true. Like, nobody came out and said that, oh, this is true. Or the whole beef was just spitting allegations at each other and just.
Which one sticks?
Yeah, pretty much. So
you feel like, in your opinion, the Pusha T and Drake was more realistic?
I think that was, because he came and Drake didn't even drop a fucking, he fucking dropped Story of Adidon and that was it. You didn't hear nothing from Drake after that shit. Like, no follow-up track, because even with Not Like Us, Drake dropped the Heart Part 6, which he could have kept that locked up in the vault, because that shit to me was not good. But I mean, he came and had a follow-up on it, which kind of solidify the fact it's like, they're just spitting allegations. It's just kind of like, oh, well, I heard you did this. Oh, well, I heard you did that. And like, there was no fucking truth to any of it. They were just fucking shitting on each other, which it was fun. And I think it was a great moment and all that shit. But like, like looking back on it, I feel like it kind of takes away from everything. But people will only take it away from Drake and not from Kendrick because for whatever fucking reason. But I think once you get to that point in life, like you're full of shit some type of way. You've done some shiesty shit. Like I don't care who the fuck you are. Like making that type of money and doing that type of shit, like you're stepping over people.
You got to.
So like trying to play the fucking moral high ground and all this other shit, like that to me doesn't really like.
It's not realistic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy into that shit. Now again, now if we're going bars and things like that, even in that sense, it was a lot closer than people want to give Drake credit for. And in some cases, I think he did better because Family Matters, I mean, that's 3 different diss tracks on one song. And I think Drake just unloaded the clip thinking that
it was over.
Oh, it was over. And then Kendrick was like, nope. And I'm like, oh, with fucking Meet the Grams and Not Like Us, it's like, ooh, like
Drake got to read The Art of War.
I think he should have dropped the first 2 parts of Family Matters and then left the last part where he's just solely dissing Kendrick, and left that for extra for the last bullet in the chamber because you don't know what Kendrick's gonna drop. But he emptied the clip and
you emptied the clip. You thought you was over.
Yeah, and then Kendrick can't. And also maybe not. I don't know. Maybe this is a hot take. Maybe it's not. But a year later, looking back on Not Like Us, is it really that great? I think it was great in the moment, but goddamn, maybe it's just because they fucking everywhere I went, they were just playing the shit out of it, and it just got fucking overplayed for me. But like,
it just got overplayed for me.
I don't go, like that's probably the one
song. Everything.
That's the one song that out of the whole beef that I really don't go back to at all, really. And it's probably it obviously numbers wise is the best, obviously, and all that shit. But like, I'll go back and listen to Euphoria. I'll go back and listen to what's it called?
I hate the way
Family Matters, fucking Push-Ups. What was the one that he did on We Don't Trust You? The one that started all this other shit with fucking
Pharrell.
Oh my god, why can't I fucking think of the name of the song? The fucking give me a second.
On this commercial break, we're here with Eric.
And I know people are gonna be listening or hearing this and be like, God damn it, like you don't know shit like that. Jesus Christ.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, like even like I'll go back and listen to that shit too, but like Not Like Us is the one song that I'm just like, I'm tired of this shit. Like I wasn't like, it was like hearing it for the first time and the shock value was like, oh fuck yeah, he fucking did something. He it's looking dark out here right now, but then after that I was like, all right, like we get it, like like and like all the, like I'm just like, wait, we get it. And then it just kept on going and going and going. I'm like, damn, like I don't even think this song's that good anymore. Like, shit. And again, ask me this in a month again or next year, and maybe my answer, I think it'll be the same, but it might be different. But Not Like Us got old to me real fucking quick.
Sure.
Because even back to back, I mean, I was listening to that shit back to back to back to back to back to back. But again, I could be biased as fuck. I'm openly Team Drake. I don't give a fuck. I think he's a better artist overall. I think Kendrick fits a role better, and he does the conceptual albums, and he puts out music every fucking 100 years, and that works for him and all this other shit. But I think overall, I think Drake is a better artist. And
hey,
go ahead, roast me in the comments. I don't give a fuck. I'll clap back.
Hey,
Team Drake, bitch.
Hey, that boy say, I'm a Drake fan. You sound, bro. That's why I'm glad I like who I like, because they fans not as bad, bro. But Drake fans, Kendrick fans, YB fans, Playboy Cardi fans, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Mariah Carey.
Yeah, Beyonce fans, I've gotten that twice now.
Yeah.
they come for me twice already.
Yeah.
But I'm inviting it. I think it's funny. And I'm gonna bring it up again. Fuck it. Because
don't bring it up with me, bro.
Because like at the end of the day, the whole Rihanna versus Beyonce thing, it really is splitting hairs. No, hear me out. That shit is splitting hairs. Like, obviously they're both fucking great artists. Obviously they both done great things. Obviously they got number ones. Obviously it's more of a preference thing. I just prefer Rihanna, and
Me too.
the numbers, whether it's streaming or if we're talking charting songs, Rihanna's got her on both. So like, go ahead, say what you want, and maybe she don't write her own shit, but neither does Beyonce. And yeah, sure, Beyonce's a better dancer and performer, but who gives a fuck when Rihanna don't even got to show up to shit? She's still making a billy. So like, like what are we talking about?
I thought I had more water in. I ain't got the most.
But I'm done bringing up I'm not going to bring up the Beyonce Rihanna thing for a while now. I've already done it a few times. People are going to think I'm just clickbaiting and all this other shit. That's not what we do over here on No Hangover. We talk the fucking real. We like to have conversations and just, bring things up that might, go under the radar, might have one-sided arguments in the real world. I just like to bring light to the other side. That's all. But I think we can wrap this up right here. This was a good old music talk, music review. Oh yeah, what'd you give before we close out? What do you rate Clipse album?
I give him a 6.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I had to give y'all the load rate. Pusha T, if you got a problem, come see me.
Damn. And you're mad that I gave Jack Boys a 6.8, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think the Clipse album is like at least an 8.2.
All right.
But it's music. It's all objective. What I like, what he likes, what we like are two different things, and there's no wrong answers here. So with that being said, oh yeah, Larry June's album, that's a fucking 10 out of 10. You already fucking know. He'll put you up on some game and you can fucking feel cool listening to it too. But that's episode 225 in the books. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate, follow across all platforms. We're on YouTube. We're on SoundCloud, or not on SoundCloud. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Check us out on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast and on TikTok at No_Hangover. Go ahead, plug your shit up real quick. Let them know where they can find you, all that shit.
Hey, man. It's your boy Nate, man. What All I Think of Podcast. That's where you can find me at. I ain't going to say my Instagram because I'm getting away from Instagram. I'm done with Instagram.
Damn.
So if you find me,
it's on the tube.
If you don't, you don't. But this was a great episode. Eric scared me. I don't want to get stung by the beehive, but
don't worry, I got you. I'll jump in front.
But
I'm inviting the smoke.
It's all good. Me and Eric, we definitely locked in. But shout out to y'all, man. Keep running these views up, keep running these likes up. But yeah, man.
You already know. Everybody love everybody. Deuces.
Let's go.
So that's